Hey everybody, Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and as you all know, I did my recent how I would book the match card for SummerSlam 2016, a day or two before the actual show itself. But the show already happened, but there's been a lot of speculation. Everybody knows about the Brock Lesnar-Randy Orton match that happened. It was boring. It was a waste of time. It was depressing. And the ending was just... what? The ending was just weird. Just Lesnar just won by TKO. When the hell were there TKOs in a professional wrestling match? I know there were knockout matches or no contests, but TKOs? Okay. Then Shane came out, and then Lesnar F5 Shane, and then Stephanie charged Lesnar $500 for the assault, and then rumors are going around about Shane and Lesnar. But then there's still rumors about Lesnar going after the Universal title at Royal Rumble. See, it's weird. It's just weird booking, but it's not impossible. Because I'm going to decide, I'm going to do my very best on how I would book this. Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon feud. And I use this in quotations because there's a reason I'm going to do this. So, I'm just going to book a feud between these two all the way up to WrestleMania, leading up to WrestleMania. So, again, this is just how I think I would do it. If you have a better one, please do a video response. I'm going to actually like to watch your videos. If you're a fellow follower or a subscriber to my channel, please make a video on how you would book this. Would you book it differently or not? Again, just a fun little video at that. We just really have to think in consideration how we can make this work. So, I'm going to give it a shot. No scripts, nothing at all, period. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, pretty much what happened was Shane pretty much said, saying that when it comes to Lesnar, it's far from over. We heard that from SmackDown. So, I mean, yeah, this is a little tricky. So we gotta figure out how to make this work, how this is all gonna fit. So we know Lesnar's probably not gonna return until Royal Rumble. So, but we can always do something else. Maybe Survivor Series? No. Yeah, why not? So how about, so first let's have Shane and Stephanie. See, it's hard. It's really hard because I did not really think how I was going to do this. Like I said, no scripts, nothing. It's really difficult because you really have to think how you would have to book this. So, I think this is how we should put it. So let's say months and months later. It's down the road, we're at the beginning of January, which is the road to Royal Rumble. Stephanie and Shane come out along with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar finally makes his return. And he demands to be the number one contender for the Universal Champion at Royal Rumble. At first Shane says, absolutely not, you don't deserve one after you brutally assault me, but then again, Brock Lesnar's a Raw guy, he only listens to Stephanie. So Stephanie says, what you did to my brother was heinous, what you did after the match was disgusting, but you did pay your fine, and you have taken time off. I'm going to grant you your title match. So that everyone's like, okay, so now Lesnar's getting a title match. Remember, big name, he did technically beat Randy Orton. He showed he was dominant, so why not give him a shot? So Shane, of course, is furious. He's like, no, Lesnar does not deserve this opportunity. He just absolutely does not. Stephanie, of course, telling him, well, he's a Raw guy, not a SmackDown guy. You need to kind of deal with it. And Shane just kind of is just angry, gives Lesnar dirty looks, and he goes after the Universal Champion. I don't really know who I would pick to be the Universal Champion, honestly. A lot of people will speculate Reigns. People like Rollins. Maybe Kevin Owens? I don't think they should have a title match. And plus Kevin Owens would go over, but I kind of don't want that to happen. Yet, at least. So, we'll just say this. So, let's just say either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns wins the title. I know, we don't want... I know, but let's just pretend. Let's just say one of those guys. So let's just say one of those guys wins the Universal Championship and ends up defeating against Brock Lesnar. Or, if you really want, make it more intriguing, you could do a triple threat match. Yeah, why not? Why don't you do Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship? Pretty interesting idea, triple threat match. After all, at the last Royal Rumble match, back in 2015, we had a Match of the Year candidate with John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar. So just take out Cena with Roman Reigns, and if they do some good spots, it could be a great triple threat match. Change up a little bit. So that way Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are continuing their feud, but then you interject Lesnar, who's now the rightful #1 contender as well, making him look more dominant. He's going as a challenger this time. And besides, there's no counts or disqualifications in a triple threat match. So, remember that. So it comes to Royal Rumble, and it's the triple threat match. It's going back and forth, back and forth. Everybody's tearing each other apart. Lesnar's dominating. They're all doing their signature moves toward the end. Lesnar starts dominating. He's doing suplexes, clotheslines, power bombs. Then, he picks up Roman Reigns, F5s him out of the ring. Picks up Seth Rollins, F5 out of the ring. And right before he's about to go for a cover, Shane's music hits. And Shane comes out with a microphone with a slight smirk. And he tells Lesnar saying, I told you there was going to be repercussions. And I told you you were going to pay for what you did. Stephanie might have been a little easy on you just paying $500. But you're not getting away that easily. Lesnar kind of just staring at him. You can hear him out there saying, so you're going to fight me? And Shane says, I know what you're thinking. I don't want to fight you. Well, that wouldn't be fair. Because I know you would destroy me. You would massacre me. But however, I do have a new SmackDown signee. And it's not Randy Orton. So, let me introduce to you the newest SmackDown signee to represent SmackDown. And then out of nowhere, coming down from the ramp, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's Goldberg. The fans will erupt. Lesnar is in shock. I mean, literally in shock. Because we don't really see Lesnar usually scared that often. He doesn't usually run away. But this one could be one of the few times where Lesnar actually is puzzled. He's in the ring, almost looking in a mirror. Goldberg comes out, stares at Lesnar. Lesnar tries to jump Goldberg. He goes for F5, gets countered into a spear. And then he picks up Lesnar, jackhammer. And then Seth Rollins is still above his feet, and Roman Reigns is just getting back in the ring. And then Seth Rollins goes for the cover. He pins Roman Reigns, becomes the Universal Champion. Whether he retains or wins, it doesn't matter. Seth Rollins walks out Universal Champion and is going to WrestleMania. course, then following weeks, Stephanie's pissed off because her Raw guy was screwed by a SmackDown guy. Of course, talking to Shane, saying that was unnecessary. I fined Lesnar for $500, and it's Shane pretty much saying $500 was nothing. You find him $500 for assaulting your own brother? That's pathetic. I decided to take matters in my own hands, so I hired Goldberg on SmackDown to take care of the issue. Of course, the next Monday also, Brock Lesnar is pissed off, and I mean pissed off. He tries to go after Shane. He destroys everything. He's attacking camera crew, all these guys, and he tries to go after Shane. But then Goldberg comes back, and he spears. He almost tries to spear Brock Lesnar, but Stephanie stops. And the two get into a big brawl, kind of like what Taker and Lesnar did after Battleground. It's just a big fight and a bunch of superstars trying to hold them back. That would be great. So then after that, weeks go by, and Shane and Stephanie have decided to suspend them for at least a month until Fastlane. Of course, Heyman comes out and says that Brock Lesnar wants a match against Goldberg. Of course, Shane says absolutely, and so does Stephanie. So that Fastlane, Brock and Goldberg come face to face, and they have the contract signing segment. They sign it. A few words are exchanged saying, like Brock, Paul Heyman talking for Lesnar, saying Lesnar's the beast. He's done. He destroyed the Undertaker's streak. He conquered John Cena at SummerSlam. He destroyed everything in his power. And this is not the same Lesnar that you first saw. And then Goldberg saying, well, that may be the case, but there's one thing that Lesnar has not done, and that's beat me. And Julian Little shoots and stuff, and then the contract saying ends with Lesnar F5ing Goldberg. Because you also want to make Lesnar still look strong. You don't want to make him look like a coward. You want to make him look like he's going to be a match for heaven. Now, before I continue forward, I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical about a Goldberg and Brock Lesnar WrestleMania rematch. Some fans want to see it, some fans don't. So, the reason fans don't want to see it is because WrestleMania 20. And the reason fans want to see it is because WrestleMania 20. Because everybody knows WrestleMania 20 match was supposed to be one of the biggest matches ever, and it ended up being one of the worst matches of all time. So the reason why fans want to see it again is because they want to see a proper match with these two. They want to tell people, they want to tell their children, to tell and say, hey, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 33 was awesome. And it was very good. But then on the other hand, fans might not want to see this again because maybe it will be even just as bad or maybe worse than the WrestleMania 20 match. And they don't want to take that risk, which is understandable. I do want to see this match just because I want to see the real definitive match. I want to see these two guys go back and forth. I want to see these guys beat the hell out of each other. I don't want a bunch of tie-ups and let-goes for about half the match, and then the actual match starts and it's like an 8-minute match, and then Goldberg just squashes Lesnar. That's pretty much how it was. I want these guys to go back and forth. So throughout the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, it's a bunch of promos and build-up. And to make things interesting, the last Raw, you let Lesnar talk. You let him go unscripted. Like I said, you got to ease up his cussing a little bit, but let him talk. Let him shoot on Goldberg. Let Goldberg talk. You know what they do is shoot. And at the very end, before Raw ends, Brock and Goldberg are fighting on the stage, and Brock charges at Goldberg with a spear and spears him right through the center stage. Where the line, the line thing was, and he spears him right through it. Both guys. Goldberg's taking out a stretcher, and Brock is barely moving, but he's standing with a smile. So then, it's WrestleMania 33. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar finally get the match. It's Raw versus SmackDown. And I'm not saying this match has to go a half hour, maybe 20 minutes or a little less. Just give these guys a decent amount of time. Because you don't want this to be the main event, but you don't want this to be just a throwaway match like Dean Ambrose and Lesnar. Ugh. Or even Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Ugh. So you want to make this match good, and like I said, you want to make Brock look good and still look dominant. Because this isn't the same that Brock Lesnar Goldberg fought, but at the same time, Brock hasn't defeated Goldberg in a match ever. So it'd be good build, because you're making Lesnar look good, but at the same time you also make Goldberg look good as well along with Lesnar. So, to go back and forth, and I probably give this victory still to... It really depends how you look at it. I mean, do you really want... Here's how you look at it. You can either have Brock win, so you can finally get that loss out of the way, and he can face someone maybe like Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and one of them, the new talents, can beat Lesnar, if I be the one, at SummerSlam. Or you could have Goldberg win, and proving that Goldberg will always be the better, big, dominant star between the two of them. And you can have Lesnar go absolutely insane and be more intense, attacking stars left and right, so he looks more unstoppable. That, I don't know. It kind of works both ways, we said. But like I said, that's just my own little booking video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this was a little weird. I mean, as far as Shane and Brock Lesnar match, I don't think people really want to see that. Because let's be honest, I think we're getting sick of Lesnar matches unless they're actually going back and forth. And that's why I have a problem with Lesnar matches, is because they're usually one side. That's what I don't like about them. Lesnar, all he does is suplexes, F5s, and some punches, but we put up with guys like a Goldberg or an Undertaker, maybe even a Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, or a Cesaro. You're probably going to get a better physical match and a more back and forth pace. I mean, look at Lesnar and CM Punk. Completely different weights, but it was a back and forth match. So like I said, that's just a little booking video. So I want you to comment down below. Tell me, did you like this booking video or did you not? And how would you change this? Again, this is just how I would book it personally. Honestly, I didn't go too in depth with a lot of stuff. I didn't do every single Raw and SmackDown leading up to WrestleMania. But it's just a basic thing they can do. And I said that's what I think they should do. Instead of just Shane McMahon versus Brock Lesnar match, I think Shane should resign Goldberg to take Shane's place at WrestleMania 33 against Brock Lesnar. Again, that's my opinion. Or maybe they'll even do a Royal Rumble. I don't know what they're going to do. But that's pretty much my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below. Tell me, do you agree with me? Do you not? Tell me why. Even if you want to make a video response to this video and how you would book it, let me know. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.